This is Frank Horn, a Nigerian, building one of Europe's biggest leather goods manufacturing companies in London.
The fascination with leather kind of started with Horn, hence why the brand is called Frank Horn. The closed one of this is 160, that's 225.
In today's video, he shares a story about how he got started and the realities of building a business as an African living abroad.
We can both take the same road and our character will determine the outcome for both of us. So there are people that come here and it doesn't really work out how they expect it to work out. And then there are those that do and it does.
So would you say it's the land flowing with milk and honey?
I would say no. Nigeria has a lot of skilled craftspeople. The degree to which they can express that skill and their craft is only limited by the opportunities they have, but also tools and the exposure they have. So I would love to exist in that space, but I have to figure out what that looks like first.
How did you get started? What's your journey basically?
I was born in Nigeria, obviously.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The family moved out here 93. I was about 9. But obviously back and forth to Nigeria because Nigeria is home. Welcome to Frank Horn.
Okay. Oh.
Sometimes I design at home, but generally everything happens from here.
Oh wow. All of this are made here?
Everything is made here.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice. How old are you now compared you moved when you were?
You want to give my age on camera?
No, you have to. You have to your age.
No, I'm 39 now.
Okay.
So,
okay. You're a citizen here now.
Yeah.
Okay. How did this handmade leather goods start? Were you always doing this before, or
no?
When you came here?
No, absolutely not. To my mom's horror, actually, I studied IT and engineering in school.
Engineering?
So yeah. So I did.
Engineering turned to?
I don't know. We're about to find out.
Okay.
Technical pieces. Okay. I'm quite comfortable using my hands. I always have been. I'm quite tactile. And when I was younger, I used to make things, airplanes and stuff like that.
Oh,
so
okay.
Before like drones came out, we were the guys at the forefront playing with RC airplanes and helicopters and stuff like that. So, but before that, I used to mess with computers. Computers was like my first love of things to break down and charge my mom for. So yeah. Yeah, so we have a few machines. This was probably one of my first big buy.
Okay,
I always have to credit my mom for this one because I wasn't prepared to spend over 1K on the machine, but obviously.
This machine's around 1,000.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So that was good.
Shout out to Mom.
We love you. Bank of Mom. The fascination with leather kind of started with Horn, hence why the brand is called Frank Horn. So my middle name is Francis, it's also my dad's name, and it's my grandfather's name as well on my mom's side. So the Frank is a homage to them. We all share that same name, and then the Horn is a homage to the material that kind of got me started with leather.
Where are you from in Nigeria?
Anambra.
Anambra?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Next year, after I went back to Nigeria again, I actually found out there was a big leather industry in Nigeria. And there still is. And Nigeria has some of the best goat nappa there is. Very soft.
Goat nappa?
Goat skin, yeah. So it's goat leather,
skin.
yeah.
Oh.
Before the advent of oil as well, we also had an industry for leather. So places like Abia, they actually had like tanneries and stuff like that where they processed and they made leathers and it's all quite defunct now, but one day it'll come back. And that was my intrigue into like finding out the circle life of like using a cow. So obviously we eat the meat, we have pomo. So you have two stages, either pomo or it goes to leather. So so
pomo is actually meant to be leather.
Yeah,
that's what we eat.
It is a popular delicacy here, consumed at home and in restaurants.
Well, it's not meant to be leather, it's just is leather. So you either eat it or you cover yourself with it.
How did you even fund yourself then? It was from money you were making
savings,
from
yeah. So I had a bit of savings from work, so
So you now invested that into what you were passionate about?
Chop my money, man. So yeah.
If you're watching this video, it means you are interested in learning how businesses work. That means you might be interested in a new way I have found to invest and grow your money. Last year, companies like Apple, Google, Meta, and Netflix lost trillions in value due to circumstances beyond their control. All markets have had their own fair share of volatility, from real estate to stocks to forex and to cryptocurrency. And even if you decided to play it safe and keep your money in the bank, inflation will come for you. As a result, there has been a further emphasis on diversification on and alternative assets by some of the prominent players in finance. So what alternatives are they looking into? Goldman Sachs currently names fine art investing as a medium to help protect your money. And last year, when investors worldwide lost trillions, the art market had its most prosperous auction season ever. Until recently, art investments would take millions of dollars and decades worth of art world connections. However, a groundbreaking platform, Masterworks, allows you to invest in contemporary art from legends like Picasso, Basquiat, Banksy, and more. Once a painting you invest in gets sold, you get a slice of the potential appreciation. Masterworks has built an analytics team tracking decades of art auction data. This research has driven over $45 million in art sales distributed to their investors with a 100% positive track record. Over 750,000 people have signed up with Masterworks, so there may be a wait list. But you guys can skip that wait list and get started by clicking the link in the description below. Now let's jump right back into the video.
So I do hand stitching and I also machine stitch. Okay. So sometimes people, they kind of discern from machine or hand stitch. Hand stitching costs more because it's more time consuming and you actually need more expertise to do that. I usually offer more on a bespoke level, but my general collection that you can find on the website, majority of them are hand stitched.
Was this your first store, or is this where you started? Or wait, did you start?
No, I started at home. I think I used to make things predominantly for myself initially. So I used to make small things like card holders, and then my guys would be like, I like that. I said, no, I made it. So, you know how guys are. Yeah. I said, no, for real, I made it. Like, okay, we'll make me one. And it kind of just rolled from there. And obviously I'll go to work and I'd have my leather pencil case that I made for myself. And then I also had my wallet. So people started asking me for stuff. And then eventually I had a backpack and then a briefcase. And then I just thought, okay, cool. I always wanted to do something that have my own business, and I tried a market in Brick Lane, East London. Yeah, I went to the Brick Lane market, so I paid the fee. I went there one weekend, I set up, and to my amazement, I sold quite a lot of stuff. This isn't bad. Maybe I'll just go back next week, Yeah. And I was working full time,
What was your job then?
So I was a solutions consultant in IT.
Oh, you were in tech?
I was in tech, yeah. I did my master's in engineering projects and systems management. I had, kind of moved into the project space. Yeah, that's how I was making my money back then. And then I started throwing corn. And Mama was like, Junior, are you sure? So, I was like, no, it'll be fine, man. Wow. You know how mothers can be,
Yeah.
So in general, like I make a lot of bags. A lot of people carry my bags, so that's my staple. So bags and card holders. This is like my fourth iteration of this specific design. I call this a short wallet.
Short wallet?
Short, yeah. So it's a simple card holder, uses a wallet, and yeah, exactly. So that's gone through a few designs. Then you have things like bags like this, and these are all new designs that are coming out. Try one and you buy one. Once
if you try it, you buy it.
You own it.
I'm your brother from Nigeria.
So yeah, but the ladies love my more colorful bags. So I'm trying to make more for men, which is kind of where this is the direction of. But I make more bags like this for ladies. Yeah, these all have shoulder straps. Oh, these are like all you fancy ladies that go to brunch,
Oh yeah, this is actually really nice. Yeah. And I'm even a guy, but this looks nice. Where was the point where you decided that, okay, I'm not doing IT anymore, I want to do this thing?
It came really quickly, actually. So I would say maybe 9 months in, where I started thinking, there's something here, I need to put some more energy into it. And I was like, okay, so what am I going to do? So initially I went part-time, and I was able to get a contract part-time, and that kind of opened me up to a lot more free time to just prototype, design, and make things. The pride of it, for me, is the fact that, I'm learning, because I'm a self-taught leather crafter. I never took a course anywhere, I never went to school.
Oh, wow,
everything I learned on my own. So even the tools, like I would buy a tool and I figure out how to use it. But the saving grace of my mom had taught me how to sew initially a while back when I was younger. So I used to make her outfits. So I used to actually help her sew. So I had that.
That knowledge.
My arsenal, yeah, definitely.
What would you say are like some of the problems you face in terms of like building
money? To be honest with you, I think the challenges are probably the same for everybody, which is just getting the word out there that you exist, number one. And then when people do know you exist, being able to fulfill their expectations, and I can't do everything everybody wants.
Yeah.
So on the bespoke side, people want me to do crazy things, and I'm always up to a challenge. But I can't make every single bespoke wallet. There's really no money in it for me, or even the time itself. It doesn't pay back. So unless I start charging £300-400 for a wallet, then I can say, okay, cool. But then do I realistically want to be spending my time making just wallets?
What are kind of like your products that you make?
I make everything from wallets, belts, card holders, stationery, so A5 journals, to bags, backpacks, pretty much anything you can carry.
To give us an idea of how much your products cost, a bag like this is averagely how much?
So that is 130 for the open version. There's a closed version. The closed one of this is 160. That's 225.
So guys, any of the products you're seeing here, if you are gonna buy it, I agreed with Uzo to give you guys a 10% discount. So hit the link in the description to get a 10% discount.
You know, my dream is to actually have like a Francophone arm or a branch in Nigeria or something, you know, like have something happening in Nigeria. But finding your feet as a business is difficult as it is already. The challenges are real. And when you're self-funding, because I don't have any angel investors, I don't have anyone like say, okay, cool, you know, I'll take 20%, I'll give you. Yes, for sure, yes. It's a weird thing because for me, when I think about it, Nigeria is because I want to exist in, because I feel like I have to give back to what gave me so much. All this exists because of Nigeria, to be honest. Nigeria has a lot of skilled craftspeople. The degree to which they can express that skill and their craft is only limited by kind of the opportunities they have, but also tools and, you know, the exposure they have. So I would love to exist in that space, but I have to figure out what that looks like first. You know, I like to be quite calculated and consider the risk properly. The ethos of my brand is handcrafting, so I'm not really into mass production.
Oh, okay. The essence, what makes it?
Yeah.
What makes
so
it?
That's my niche. Yeah, I make in small batches, and I make bespoke. However, there will be a time I can set something up in Nigeria, and just as this has Francophone London, that can be Francophone Lagos. So there'll be certain like collections that come out from the Lagos department or the Anambra department, and you know.
If you had to set up your business in Nigeria, do you feel you would face more problems?
Every venture has its challenges. Yeah. Every move you take has its challenges. And I don't actually feel too terrible at the Nigerian landscape. Yeah. Because when you compare it to the UK now, it's almost difficult to differentiate. And I know people will find that hard to understand. So it's like what it will cost me to fit out that shop and have it exist. The energy bill now will cost way more than that. So the challenges are real on both sides. You just have to decide which one you want to take on and how willing you are to do it, really.
There's this movement happening now. I feel like a lot of people moving from Nigeria. They call it the Japa movement.
Japa is real.
Japa simply means when you migrate from one country to another country.
And a lot of people usually, especially from Nigeria, they come to the UK. And I feel like a lot of people feel like, you know, they would probably have it easier there. Is that really true?
We can both take the same road and our character will determine the outcome for both of us. So there are people that come here and it doesn't really work out how they expect it to work out. And then there are those that do, and it does. If you like the weather, you're going to choose Nigeria. If you want better food, you're going to choose Nigeria. If you have strong Panadol, you're going to choose Nigeria.
What has it been like for you building your business in London?
Luckily, I think the UK, there are like art bodies and craft bodies that, you know, will kind of become a member, and then you get to like display your stuff when they put on a show, and they kind of give you like seminars in like managing a business better or what you should do. Some of that stuff I already started doing anyway because I was on my own, but it was just nice to have that like affirmed by a third party. And then just pretty much doubling down and going even harder. So 8 years on now, there are things that I'm looking to like change about the brand and grow the brand moving forward. So I will try and seek knowledge on how to do that on the business level, you know, and staying small, staying quite unique, and I guess preserving that handcraft nature of what I do as well. A lot of brands design, have it made elsewhere, you know what I mean, it's shipped in, but everything is designed and made by me. It's something to be proud of on one hand, but also it's a difficult thing to continue the bigger you grow. The challenges are just figuring out kind of where I want to sit as a brand in the accessories industry. Also seeing, okay, when people hear Francophone, when they see Francophone, when they carry it, what do I want them to feel? How do I want them to engage with it? And I'm reworking that now, moving forward for the next 8 years, hopefully, you know, so yeah.
What would you say your childhood was like?
I had a very good childhood. I keep saying that. It's the average family in Nigeria that kind of like went to school and had a profession, but nothing out of the ordinary. Dad was an engineer, mom was a nurse. I didn't live a life of luxury, didn't have a silver spoon, but also I was raised to work and earn what you want, so that's pretty it. Nothing out of the ordinary, guys, sorry. Sorry, my father is not Dangote.
What would you say is one of the most important lessons you've learned?
It's more important trying to, I guess, connect with people than it is trying to make money.
No,
do you know what I mean?
That, like building connections. Because those connections, they can even be worth more than money eventually.
Exactly. There's an Igbo saying, onye were maduka, onye were ego.
What does that mean?
So if you have people, you're richer than if you have just money. Don't come from my Igbo, please. I beg. I've tried.
Cool. What's it like in terms of like cost of living in London?
I die. This guy for real is not die because so there are things that maybe you wouldn't blink an eye for before, and now it makes such a big impact. I know like we can't really talk about the differences between us. You know what I mean? So in Nigeria, everything is expensive now. Here, it's the same thing.
Would you say this is more expensive than Lagos, or relatively the same?
It depends on your lifestyle. It depends on your lifestyle. Some people like to pop bottles. Some people like to just stay low key. Yeah. But I would say that things are a lot more expensive than they used to be. So if you drive a standard car that used to cost you maybe £25, £30 to fill the tank up, now it's costing you £80.
Oh, really?
Even the price of milk has doubled and bread has doubled and...
Olive oil up 49%, milk up 40%.
What's the rent like here for like, let's say like a 2-bedroom apartment?
Some place like this now, you're probably looking to pay for a 2-bed around 1,200 a month.
Would you say it's worth it in terms of like what you pay?
No, it's not.
Okay.
From my view, it doesn't even have anything to do with how deep your pockets are, and shelter shouldn't be something that takes 50-60% of your livelihood. It really shouldn't.
When people talk about UK, they always talk about it as if it's the land flowing with milk and honey. Like everybody wants to come here and jackpot. So would you say it's the land flowing with milk and honey?
I would say no, unless you really have money for milk and honey.
Okay.
And it costs. It's difficult not to see it like that when things are bad or terrible in your own current environment. Do you know what I mean? Instagram makes things look so beautiful.
Yeah, if I took a picture here now and I posted it, I'm
this guy's living. What's good? Don't forget also, we are loyal. But then, you know, when you come and work, if you're making, I don't know, 2,003 a month and you have to pay 1,100 on rent and the rest on your living, your food, everything else. And it's not like you have your time.
You have to keep working.
You got to keep working. It's a non-stop grind. Some people say, okay, at least let me have that and then let me know that I have light and I have somewhere to live and I can buy food. I get that, yeah, but it's not. Yeah, better off going to Canada. I'm joking. No, but for instance, doctors make way more money in America and Canada than you do in the UK. So if you're a doctor, you probably will see the UK as a great stepping stone, but it may not be where you want to settle overall.
What's one thing you love the most and what's one thing you hate about living in London?
My immediate family are here. I love that.
Okay.
I hate the weather, but now we're in summer, so you don't feel it.
Oh, the weather is nice.
It's nice right now. But then it gets cold, it gets dry, it gets grey. There's the greyness that really gets people.
If you were to start all over again, what would you do differently?
I'd have gone hard on my marketing. And I probably would have taken more time in making sure I'm not just defined to one thing. And I know that's an easy thing to say, but you know, with leather you can make so many different types of things.
Yeah.
But also I'm in the fashion space now, and maybe I want to kind of expand a bit more and occupy a bit more in that fashion space. But you still have to just, you know, venture and go forth. I would save better as a business. I did it, but I didn't save as much as I could do because I invested a lot into machinery. But saving as a business is very key.
If you could change some things about Africa, what would you change?
I'll start with home. Honestly, I think Nigeria would be so much better if we just had stable energy. If there was no issue with energy, I'd be in Nigeria a lot quicker than I have to think of, you know. I'll reduce the borders. That makes trade better, and I think we've seen it with EU here. It means that trade thrives, and because of that, people can grow better.
What's your advice to a lot of entrepreneurs across Africa?
Just do it and don't be afraid of failure. It's actually okay if what you start doesn't work. Yeah. As long as you learn from it, you owe it to yourself to try. So just take the risk.
Guys, that's all we have to share with you today. Thank you very much for sharing your story with me.
Thanks for coming down.
Guys, definitely I'm going to link the pages to the Instagram if you want to buy leather goods. Maybe you want to buy a gift for me, or you have one.
Definitely do, man.
One your boyfriend or something. You make for both sexes.
Unisex, that's right, yeah.
Yeah. Anything, just reach out to him and buy from him.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, that's all we have to share with you today. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Frank Horn, London, baby.